All right. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I'm live on YouTube and Instagram here on Gold Digger. I'm unfortunately not on Facebook. I will transfer this recording to Facebook on a later date or later on today. How y'all doing? It's your girl, Queen Serene in the house. You better watch your mouth, okay? Here on Gold Digger again on Friday, Freedom Fridays. Freedom Fridays. We're going to talk about time management, y'all, today. We're going to talk about time management. I hope y'all have a good weekend. It is October Breast Awareness Month, breast cancer, should I say awareness month. That's why I have on my pendant here um, for symbolizing uh, breast cancer awareness month. And my grandmother happened to, she's passed on into the afterlife. However, she had breast cancer. Um, they had to remove one of her breasts. So I'm aware of breast cancer, and and my auntie is a survivor of breast cancer. And my grandmother, she didn't pass forward, for having breast cancer, but she did have breast cancer. So we definitely want to acknowledge Breast Cancer Awareness Month here in October. All right, so we're going to talk about, like I said, deadlines today. But before I go on into the veggie, right, we have a Gold Digger workshop, our last final quarter of the year workshop, and it's for the quarter of October, November, and December. If you when you join our class Saturday, tomorrow, at from 10 to 12 at the Dr. Richard Shower Center here in Huntsville, I will be giving away this planner to everyone because we're going to go over it. I'm going to teach you how to um, go over your goals and set your goals because I am your accountability coach. I help individuals and inspiring entrepreneurs conquer their fears, take control of their life, and execute their goals through goal structure. And if you see me looking around, it's because I am wanting to give attention to both platforms right now. Okay. Also, I will also be giving, and we're going to go dive later into the centering. You'll be getting one of these gold digger rocks. All right. The centering crystal. And I have a neat story behind it, which you will learn at the workshop. But as far as with the planners, it just lines in perfect with our topic today with poor time management. Okay, having poor time management because having poor time management, it can affect you to achieve your goals. Right when you're setting your goals, um, it can significantly hinder the achievement of your aspirations as well. All right, so I'm gonna give you some ways that it affects you. We're gonna talk about how it's gonna affect you, why people struggle with it, and the action steps that you can take. Okay. All right. So why people struggle with time management? It could be a lot of reasons, right? But one main reason is lack of planning. We fail to plan. Okay, that's why on my book, I was going to say it's on my my planner too, but on my book it says plan your life, and I'm all about that because we don't plan. We just go through life doing the things that on our regular, especially if we work, we get up, brush your teeth, whatever your morning ritual is, and then you go to work. If you have children, you're going to drop them off, pick them up after you get off work. We go through that daily ritual, the routine, right? But we don't plan. We plan to pay our bills. That's how, by working, but we don't plan to excel in life. We don't plan to do something more or get something contribute to. A lot of times we don't plan to attain anything higher in our life. And if we have to plan those bills to take care of ourselves, surely we need to plan our life if we want to make a difference. If we want to you know have a business, if you want to learn a new skill, those type of things. So, but we'll say we don't have enough time, and see, that's something we're going to talk about in our at the workshop, Goal Digger workshop. I'm going to give you strategies, different ways that you can outsource. Okay, but with lack of planning, when we don't plan our day to day and our weeks in advantage, it can weeks in advance, it can lead to disorient. Is that a word? Disorganizing? Yeah, we can disorganize. We can have we're just all over the place. We're not organized at all, right? It can also lead to procrastination. How many of us have had that procrastination before? We've done a lot of that in our life. Fear of failure. Okay. Um, we may not plan because we don't want to fail, right? Because some of us can be some perfectionists, right? We talked about this before as well. We may not have lack of, we may not be motivated. We just don't have a drive to um, to get it done, right? And then that can lead to for it can lead for us to continue to have delays. All right. Distractions. We know about those. We know about those distractions that we have day to day, whether it be social media, television. Because when you get off work, you want to relax. You don't want to go do some more work. You want to, but see, planning your life. Don't look at it as work. Look at it as uh, your future, planning your future self so you can be where you want to be, and get ahead in life, where you want to be, see yourself in 5, 10 years. You have to plan it, just like if you want to plan that trip that you want to go on to the Bahamas, or where have you. You know what I mean? You have to, don't look at it as another task, right? But we have those, back to those distractions, that technology. Um, can really distract us. These all these devices that we have, it pulls our attention away from the important tasks that we have in life, that we need to do. That we aspire to do, but we put it on the back burner. That procrastination, I just talk about. Sometimes we overcommit ourselves. We say yes to everything. I have an issue with that. That I have been working on myself, always saying yes. I've been learning, and I have been doing it. I've been, utilizing my no. You know, no, I can't do that right now. Because I have to prioritize different things in my life, right? And sometimes, even though I want to do certain things, I can't do everything all the time, and I have to say no. We always saying yes. We say yes to our children, yes to our friends, yes to our families, our coworkers. Sometimes they're just gonna have to respect a no. You can't do everything all the time. My children have no problem telling me no. And I'll be like, what? Taken away? But no, you know what I'm saying? You have to learn to say no, saying yes too many obligations, right? You can't keep saying yes to too many obligations, without considering the time constraints that it may have, right? And that's what's going to affect your time, because you're putting all this in front of you on your plate, right? Got to cut back, okay? So that overcommitting, you can't overcommit, all right? Lack of a clear goals, and we had a whole topic on this before. Of being clear with your goals. But you have to be clear, without the clear objective, right? Because goal is an acronym, right? Generating an objective, ambitious lifestyle. So if you don't have a clear objective, it's easy to lose focus, all right? And direction. Easy to lose focus and direction. Okay. All right. So that's that's a lot of times why people struggle. But with these action steps that I'm going to give you here today, it will help you along the way with that. Okay. Um, we already stated, set clear goals. That's what this is all about. This planner here, this quarterly planner is, and what I'm going to teach you in the workshop, how to set and structure your goals so you can achieve them. Right? It's a framework that we use, the SMART. framework, right? To define your aspirations and to track your progress. And I'm also happy to say that I am working on an app. It should be ready. And that's one of the other things that I have going on. Yeah, I know I have my book, boom, done. I go on to the next project, which happens to be the app. And with my Gold Digger app, along with the planner, because we want to write things down, but we also want to track it. And since we have this technical device in our hand all the time, you'll be able to track it on my app as well. So I'm very excited about that. That I'm working with a wonderful um, group of people that are helping me with my Gold Digger app. All right, but setting those clear goals, that you have to be specific. Like I said, the SMART goals, right? SMART is an acronym. Being specific, measurable, having your goals measurable. What's next? Achievable. They have to be attainable, achievable, and realistic, right? And that last one, the T is time bound, right? That time bound. Set a time, set a deadline, right? All right. And so once you do that, you're going to prioritize those tasks, right? You're going to set them, you're going to prioritize them based on the importance and the urgency of them, right? And you can use tools like Eisenhower Matrix. Look that up, Eisenhower Matrix. That's a tool that you can use to prioritize your tasks until my Golden Digger app comes out now. And so you'll be able to do that on my app, okay? Create a daily schedule. I have that in my planner. Everything that I'm going over is already in my planner, right? Um, and you'll be able to get a free copy of my planner when you come to the workshop, okay? Plan your day in advance, allocate time for each task, including breaks. Yes, just like at work. When you at work, they say you get this break at this time, you get your lunch at this time, and etc. You gotta plan like that. Plan your day. If you can't take phone calls from check your emails from here to here. I mean, you got to be thorough. You got to plan your life. This is serious. People, you can really get a lot out of it once you plan it. Plan your life. You can see how much more time you can get back, right? So create a daily schedule. Oh, I already said that. So avoid multitasking. Now, it really depends. Now, when I say avoid tasking, I'm saying those really big. You want to, you go from one task. Um, let's say you go from writing your book or your essay or whatever that you're doing, depending on your goal, and then you go into in between tasks, going to write. Let's see. I don't have a good thing for that. And then you go into um, dang, uh, looking at a course, watching a course, right? That you are learning a course and learn a new skill or trade from a course, right? And you go from writing to the course. Um, you can't multitask in that way. The multitasking, because I believe in multitasking, but in a different way, like when you're on the treadmill and then you're on the treadmill and you can listen to that course, that type of multitasking, right? You can multitask in that way, in my opinion. Um, so focus on completing one task at a time to ensure the high quality of the results. And the reason why I say that is because, and then sometimes you may not even be able to do the course because you might have to write some things down and execute some things, but you can get on the treadmill and you will be able to listen to your audiobooks, that type of multitasking. But you may not be able to. So I guess that first one was a good one, going through your course and then writing your novel, or if you're an author, like myself, and want to write something, because you have to focus. You got to focus. On that particular to get that quality, quality of work done. You got to really focus on that novel. You don't want to go back over here to that course, and then you got to really focus on that in order to get you know, retain the information that you're getting from that that course, and then writing down, um, you know, any notes that you need to prepare yourself for, right? So I hope you kind of get the idea that it's okay to multitask, but just you have to be clear on, um, if you need to really work on the quality of high quality of your results, you need to really focus on that task as opposed to doing those two at one. But you can do working out and listening to an audiobook in a multitask like that. But anyway, use time tracking tools. Okay. I also in my Goal Digger app will have that as well. But that monitor how you spend your time and make adjustments as needed, right? Um, to track your time. And I have time blocking in my book though. So you can be able to monitor that, on that this type of level right here. On a written level, on a, looking at it instead of using it on the tracking it on a tech device, right? But you can always write things down and then you'll be able to track it. Because sometimes, like on the page that I have time block is, I mean, like I said, it's real thorough, and it has from 5 in the morning to, and this is, I don't know why this is was in military time, but to 22:30, 22:30. But my point being is, it tells you each day for this time grid. It has for each day of the week where you can just map out your time, because you want to see where your time, when people say I don't have enough time, I wonder, do they know where they can find some time? Do they know how much time they waste? And so how do you know you don't have the time? Of course you feel like you don't have the time because you're doing so much, after work, and then but when you're at home after your work, you're wasting a lot of time. You really waste more time, and then to where you think you don't have the time. But if you really write the time down, is my point, write what you do throughout the day, you can find that, oh, I'm not doing anything during these hours, but what am I doing? You don't even know what you're doing because, the time just flew away, from you just doing time drainers or time wasters, just wasting your time. But anyway, I think it's very important for you to track your time as well. Track what you're doing, because your day-to-day activities, track and see what you have, what you do throughout the day, so you'll know what kind of time you're working with. Okay, let's move on. Delegate when possible. And when I say delegate, I'm meaning outsourcing. You gotta offload tasks that others can handle to free up some more time. And we're going to talk about a lot about outsourcing in my workshop tomorrow, because it's a lot of things I'm gonna tell you now that we take for granted that we don't know that we can do, because and I won't say we really take it for granted, but we just don't realize how many things that we do as mothers, um, as single parents, that we don't really have to do. We can have someone else do it for us, right? Um, and things like that. So I'm going to give you some neat things or neat ways that you can get more of your time back by outsourcing your time, or outsourcing to some daily things, routines in your life, or daily things in your life that someone else can do. All right. Um, break into smaller steps. Break tasks into smaller steps. That just goes along with your goals, and when you have a large goal and how you can feel overwhelmed with it. Say the big goal is to write a book, or in my case, is to lose 30 pounds. Is it 30 pounds now? Let's see. I think it's 22 pounds, somewhere along in there. 22 pounds, right? Big goal, but I have to break it into smaller steps. because it can be overwhelming. But I just got to take the action steps that it takes to do it, and then I'll see my results over time. But you just got to break them down into smaller steps, and it'll be more manageable, right? So working out 3 to 5 days a week, you know, and then over time, this time span of 3 months, I think I have it done. You know what I mean? Those type of things. Just to give an example. Set time limits. Remember that time bound? That's very important in the SMART goals. That T is stands for time bound. Okay. Allocate specific amounts of time for each task and avoid spending too much time with time on non-essential activities. So you want to make sure that if you're going to write your novel or write your book, that you allocate that time and say, okay, from 3 to 4 or 3 to 6, say you're doing it 2 hours, I'm going to focus on writing, or even just 3 to 4 an hour, I'm going to focus on writing um, my writing a chapter, you know what I mean? Or, yeah, writing a chapter, something like that. And then um, you want to also have the time bound for another activity from 6 to 7 in the morning. I'm going to work out. You know what I mean? You got to have that time for those tasks. Okay. Review your progress regularly. The good thing about my app is that it's going to give you updates. It's going to give you updates on where your progress is and everything like that. I'm so happy about my app. I'm so enthused about it. So, um, but you're going to have to do that. Weekly and monthly reviews will keep your goals and time management strategies on task. So I felt it was very important for me to implement the progress tracker so that you can track your progress along the way, as you're doing or as you're accomplishing your goals and executing those goals. Okay. You also want to practice self discipline. I'm gonna tell you, yesterday I did not want to work out. My daughter, she has been working out with me for the past few weeks, and she didn't come. Uh, and I'm have no problem working by myself, but she did not go with me yesterday. And so I was just like, I really don't want to go myself, but I pushed myself and I had that discipline because told myself, if I'm going to get to those results, I have to go, and I can't rely on someone else going with me. Even though it's good to have an accountability partner, and I talk about that a lot, but you have to also have that discipline within yourself to get it done, without anyone, right? Because at the end of the day, only you can change your life, right? People can walk along with your journey along the way, but you are the one that is responsible for you. Okay, so I say that just to say I was proud of myself, because working out, boy, I tell you, I get on that stepper, and I know I'm going off the subject. I get on that stepper because I have a routine that I do, and I was like, oh, I don't feel like getting on that stepper today, but I did it. I did it for 45 minutes. Is what I normally do, and I did it. So um, just practice self discipline, build habit because that's what I'm creating. I want to. That's how I lost some 30 pounds before. I created a habit. I was very uh, consistent with what I was doing, and I built a habit and focused. And I also focused, and I was disciplined, and I eliminated those distractions. Okay, and now my results was rewarding because I was looking good. Now I'm still looking good, but I'm just saying I know where I fell off at and where I'm getting back on. Okay, all right. I'm rambling now. Okay. So that's basically it. I was going to go over some other things. How long have I been on here? It's been it won't show me. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. You want to have that, You want to manage your time effectively. You can significantly increase the chances of achieving your aspirations by doing that, right? So, just for a recap, set clear goals, prioritize tasks, create a daily schedule, avoid multitasking where possible. It's okay now, but where possible, don't do the same type of thing. When you got to focus on one thing, uh, really put that energy into that one. You know, use time tracking tools, delegate when possible, break tasks into smaller steps, set time limits for tasks, and review your progress regularly. And finally, practice self discipline. Okay, so those are some things that can help you manage your time. All right, with that being said, again, join me tomorrow at the fourth annual Gold Digger Workshop. Should I say the fourth? Yeah, because we do them every quarter. Every quarter, so every season, I have a Gold Digger Workshop where I teach you how to set your goals, and I'll teach you some time management to block out some time where you think you have no time. You'll find it, and also give you ways that you can manage your money as well. We're going to do that too, because a lot of times that's one thing. I don't have the time, I don't have the money. I'm going to show you some ways at the workshop. Um, and it's tomorrow again from 10 to 2. No, 10 to 12. 10 to 12 at the Richard Shower Center here in Huntsville. All right, with that being said, it's your girl, Queen Serene. And I won't say happy, but I want to again express that this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I will see you guys when I see you next time. Peace.